This computer. Good morning. Hi, Tanya. How are you today? It's going to be like that. I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Very good. Thank you, Saf. Oh,
So background info, Tanya and I survived a workplace together many years ago, and we nicknamed each other Sassy Pants. Yeah, Sassy Pants by where? Sassy by nature? I'm unsure. So today, Tanya is here in the capacity to talk with us about the Virtual Pilates Summit. And I'm very excited because Tanya, in conjunction with Megan Steers last year, delivered a wonderful workshop for the TPTN called A Breathe In to Prepare, a little kind of tongue-in-cheek idea about always having to prepare for things and maybe being a bit misguided and out of date. And it went off like nothing else has gone off before. And
we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I heard. I wished I was there. And so I had always wanted to work with Tanya again, and here we are. And Tanya has come up with this amazing workshop, which happens to be in like the diva spot of the summit, Sassy Pants. So Saturday lunchtime, when you've all finished working in your newly reopened studios.
As opposed to my lounge room.
I think it's a great lounge room. Slash studio slash kitchen. I'm living for it.
We'll get you out of the kitchen. Hang on one moment. There you go.
Sunshine, the terrace, the plants. So the workshop Tanya has put together is it's called the Movement Detective, which I'm absolutely enamored with. And I don't want to talk about Tanya with Tanya here, but one thing Tan is known for is finding a way to link in academic anatomy knowledge with experiential and kind of analysis of movement with an engaged client. So rather than teaching exercises at them, Tan kind of works with people, like everyday people, to find a way to bring them in on the journey of what their anatomy means to them. And I'm going to hand it over to Tan to talk about what she wants to talk about.
I've caught it. I've got it.
Caught it.
I enjoy working. You're right. You summed it up beautifully, Nick. The movement, it came out of a couple of instructors said, we want to know how you see what you see and change it so quickly on the run. And I went, I have no idea. But I do think it's that link of the working with the anatomy at such a literal deep level for a long, long time, and being able to converse constantly with the client and just be confident enough to adjust exercises on the run and have them speak to you as you go along. It's a movement conversation, and so you can adjust tweak little things into the bigger movement. I usually start with big movement and then whittle it down to smaller aspects as we go. Like all Pilates instructors, it potentially won't be new, but it'll give you a sense of what I'm looking at throughout a variety of exercises. And I hope to have, if we can, have a couple of bodies here when I'm teaching, so we can bring up some examples.
Oh, delish.
What's that, love?
That's lovely.
Yeah, that's my plan. I mean, everyone's instructors, so I want to take in that you have a lot of knowledge and you've seen thousands of bodies probably amongst everybody. So yeah, I just want to use that contrast of looking at bodies and explaining how I guess get below the surface a little. And that's where I teach from, probably like everyone. But I just, if it's useful, I really look forward to just working through little tweaks and changes and discussing why I would do it and how it might help clients, that we generally see patterns that are similar. Not that bodies are similar in any way, but that's my plan. So a little bit of anatomy, stripping back to the anatomy and the movement together.
So I had that joyous experience of working with you at the aforementioned studio, and I think we had a shift together that crossed over on a Wednesday. And I have to be honest, I'm not at home, just ask my partner, but like at work, I'm very neat. And I'm very much like, this goes here and that goes there. And if we can all play together nicely, please, it will be great. And Tanya is the opposite of that. Tanya is what I would affectionately call a studio hog.
Maybe a little bit. Because if the pattern of what's going on changes, I have to change with it.
Yes. And where I am probably in a private setting, in a different, absolutely act like that, but in in a shared small area where there are 2 or 3 semi-privates, I just like don't take up a lot of space. But what's cool is that Tanya isn't like that. And Tanya is like a like artistic genius, like slapping paint all over the walls and working out how to get to the something of somewhere. And, you know, 1 minute, like you're on the reformer and something's happening in like a glute bridge situation. And they're like, that's not working. Let's get you over to the Cadillac. You've got a rotator disc under your feet. You've got one leg off, blah, blah, blah. And you watch the client think, what is going on? And then all of a sudden,
I'm glad you got to that point because it made me just sound like a really artistic mess. Red hot.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm definitely bringing you on here to do a character assassination. Absolutely. No, but it's something that's, what did you say, Tan?
I don't know if this is good for me.
Yeah, exactly. This is not a healthy relationship.
You just described like Pro Heart, the artist.
Yes. Yes, that beautiful ad that we grew up with on TV for probably a carpet or something. But yeah, Pro Heart's an iconic Australian painter for anyone born after us. But
yes, I'm old. There you go.
Yeah, we're experienced. But I think what's the reason why I told that little story about the studio hog, that is my friend, is because to watch, you know, you don't, these workshops and working with people like Tanya and having exposure to the way other people work is really important because, you know, in your primary training, you're often taught, you know, like how to paint by numbers, I guess, speaking of a painting analogy. And this block goes here, and then you do this block, and then you do that block, and you can have an asterisk and then maybe go to that block. But then when you get the person in the flesh, they don't respond to the Bassi blocks or the pick system or the pole star way or the classical list. You know, they respond to look, touch, and feel. They respond to a deep personal engagement with their leader or their teacher. So to see it all kind of in the flesh is really important. And that's why this is a workshop, not a lecture.
Yeah, and it's part of the process, I guess.
Right.
I love I like those systems. I like the classical system. I like all of them because for me, that's kind of the end product. But if someone hasn't got the rules of engagement, and I use engagement because that's my thing,
yeah,
how we engage people in different ways, and that has to come from them. So I guess that's where I've always taught from, how do I get this person there? It's no one fit for one size, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
I think the block systems and the classical list are a wonderful jumping off point and also the end point.
Like it's the best, I think it's the ingredients to the recipe that then you do in your own way at the end.
Yeah.
And I think they're really necessary for the learning process initially. And then, you bring with it all of your other movement experience and, but taking with that, the client's movement experience and what's going to resonate with how they'll change in their body. So if we haven't got that information, they may not even hear what we're offering because it doesn't make sense. So,
So how do you make sense of it?
How do you make sense of it?
How do you make sense of it?
That's the workshop. Let's not give it all away.
Seamless interviewing technique that we have.
So seamless. But for me, really, it's a constant conversation. It really is throughout the session. And I am, for the record, quite respectful in the studio. Thank you very much. I always put things back. So I just don't want to see this. Yeah. He's baiting me now. He knows that I'm incredibly neat. But you should see how my weights are lined up down here under my feet.
That's a problem.
More about me. But yes, how do we fix it? I do talk to the anatomy, and that sounds really silly, but I help the client understand their anatomy. So that's a learning experience. And if they don't know where things are and what they're meant to look like and what they're meant to do, I find it very hard to get them to move it in a way that we can resonate with. So that makes sense.
Yeah, and so we're about to run out of time, but just quickly, when people, I mean, also it needs to be said that Tanya works in many different applications. So like group reformer, studio, private. So please don't think that Tanya only works with one type of client. You know, this is embedded and interwoven through all the mediums in which she teaches.
Yeah.
And
I was an aerobics instructor at 14.
Yeah.
I teach body pumps still. So I like all the different forms of movement, because if we can't move in lots of different ways, then how can we understand our clients' different movement?
Yeah.
So yeah, I like to do it all. And I'm a Gemini, I can't concentrate on one for too long. So yeah, I think that history and the watching lots of bodies, and being a PE teacher, watching little kids and then through to high school kids, and through observation of lots of people moving, and that's experience, isn't it? Like that's how you get the different clues and follow the leads and go, okay, that's going to work with that.
Guys, I don't know if you saw this, but Tanya just like wove back into it the theme of the workshop, which is the movement detective. So she's got a Sherlock Holmes little capelet and a magnifying glass, and she's ready to look at the clues.
Yes.
And then find the cues.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Put that up on the Instagram message.
Yeah, if I had hair, I would have flicked it.
He's Melbourne based and wants to be in my body for the workshop, then they're more than welcome to contact me. Not yet. 22nd, after the 22nd. Yeah,
well, that's okay. We'll just provisionally say who's interested and in a leafy Bayside suburb, perhaps, and not give too much away.
Correct.
Or,
sorry? DM me.
So I wanted to say not only thank you for agreeing to present at the summit, but thank you for being such a great supporter of TMR and for the network and for chatting today, because it's lovely when you get to work with people that you know, like and love and respect. And so thank you for being part of all of these things.
For having me. I like exploring this virtual world. Mwah.
Yeah. Oof. It's amazing to explore, but a lot of us are in the room type of people. I think for me, it's given me a whole new skill set, which is great, but
yes,
I'm a pen and paper gal, you know?
Yeah. I'm seeing lots of different things on bodies though. So from that point of view, it's been amazing.
I think that's another talk.
We can go there another
time. Let's do that next week. All right, Tan, thanks so much for chatting.
Pleasure. Look forward to seeing people in the workshops. Mwah.
Yeah, when is it? It's Friday, no, it's not. It's Saturday, 27 June at 12:30. You can buy a workshop pass for $79, or you can buy a whole day pass on Saturday for $200, which is 4 sessions, which includes Tanya, Rob Carruthers, Benjamin Deeganhart, and Leslie Logan. That's a truck ton of value for $200. So I hope to see you at the summit soon. Bye.
Bye. See you soon.